Hey, this is Dave Shepard. We're going to get started in just a minute. Till then, enjoy the jams.
Is it any wonder that I shine when I'm around you? Bend the light that only you can see. Seen so many things slip away from me. Stumbled home and cut my chin along the way. Get your voice out of my head. Silly things you used to say to me, like why does life go by so fast when days just creep along? Can I open up my expectations long enough to write this song? To look inside, to open my hand. Is it any wonder that I shine when I'm around you? Bend the light that only you can see. Come to me in the night, walk me into the silent water, cast away all your fright, sanctify the place so deep inside your darkness and be a shooting star into the sea. If a stranger leads you down another road, let it be my voice that warms you in the night. Silly prayers on my wings to you. So dance around the sun until I take my weakest breath. In all that I embrace, watch over me, surround my face with love, love, love. Is it any wonder that I shine when I'm around you? Bend the light that only you can see. Come to me in the night, walk me into the silent water, cast away all your fright, sanctify morning saying, hey, you're okay, okay, okay. And I feel alright. Should I feel this way? Knowing that it's still gonna be me, knowing you, knowing what I know, I know, I know. She comes around to grasp her hand, I say, hey, you're okay, okay, okay. And she feels alright. Should she feel this way? Knowing that it's still gonna be her, knowing me, knowing what she knows, she knows, she knows. And all I've seen, I lost in the rain. All I've seen, I lost in the rain. All I've seen, I lost in the rain. And the rain falls down on me. Child rises, fire out, never stop to wonder why, oh why, oh why, oh why. She cries all night. Should she feel this way? Knowing that it's difficult being her, knowing me, knowing what she knows, she knows, she knows. And all I've seen, I lost in the rain. All I've seen, I lost in the rain. All I've seen, I lost in the rain. And the rain falls down on me. And we all go forward, reaching the place we can. Am I there? Is she there? Where are we? We can reach together. We can reach together. We can reach together. We can reach.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Hope y'all are doing well. Welcome to our first day of what I'm going to call studio days. We're going to do these every Friday. These are going to be great ways for y'all to get a lot of feedback on both your and other people's designs. And that's going to go a long way towards helping you understand what the heck designing good UIs are all about. So I hope y'all end up attending. It's going to be, I think, perhaps even more helpful than the lecture kind of things, because we're actually doing things together. I'm going to give you feedback on your designs, and that's what we're up to in studio days. For those of you that are having, I guess you're not on this. It seems like some people are having trouble getting to YouTube Live. I don't know what to tell you. YouTube Live, just go to my YouTube Live page. Super easy. I think you computer science people can figure this out. Keep on trying. All right. So for our warm up today, we are going to get started slowly but surely. I want y'all to get used to kind of seeing each other's work, sharing each other's work. This is not going to be like an adversarial kind of thing. Like, I will be giving feedback on how to make your stuff better, but this is not about like embarrassing anybody or humiliating anybody. We're trying to be a very positive environment here. If I see you making fun of somebody in the chat or otherwise not being cool, I will definitely come down on that. You may lose points for that. So please, we're going to be nice to each other. We can talk about the designs and we can say, hey, maybe you could do this particular thing better, but we're going to do it in a constructive and a positive way. It's really easy when you're doing these kinds of things to come across as too harsh, even if you're not meaning to. And so we're going to spend some time learning how to give feedback in a constructive way. Not only is that important here in class that we don't make each other cry, you don't want to see me cry, but it's important in your professional life, because what's going to happen is you're going to go into a design meeting with your colleagues, and if you start off the meeting with like, hey, I saw your design. It stinks. It stinks because of this and because of that. You did that. Didn't you pay attention in class? That is not going to go well professionally. Nobody's going to like you. Nobody's going to want to work with you. And so that's going to be a problem. So we're going to practice that today. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw a house. Okay? We are going to draw a house. Go to your piece of paper, or if you want to draw on the computer, that's okay. But I would recommend a piece of paper. I would strongly recommend a piece of paper. Draw a house, and you're going to just take a picture with your phone or whatever, even your webcam, and upload it to this page right here. I'm going to give you all just about 5 minutes, let's say a couple songs. Get out there, draw a house, and then we're going to practice critiquing the houses in a reasonable manner. All right, get out there, draw some houses, upload them. We'll be back in just a minute.
From the clouds above, so simple in so many different ways. Mom and Dad with pictures that before he went outside to play, the tightest grip on every word they say. One day I will come for you, so you won't be alone. One day I will come for you. One day I will come for you, so you won't be alone. One day I will come for you. Walking home from school one day, jumps and cracks, the backs he saves. We'll always take the time to understand the way the rabbit flows. The crazy things he thinks he knows. The astronaut, the football star, or his modern friend. So one day I will come for you, so you won't be alone. One day I will come for you. One day I will come for you, so you won't be alone. One day I will come for you. Now his eyes have changed so long to this little one, with all the things that little ones will do. Oh, now my friends are gone. I never thought I'd ever end up missing all the times we used to share.
Just a little over 1.5 minutes left.
Suffering is not discerned, neither has love been learned. Can you take me back to younger days? One day I will come for you, so you won't be alone. One day I will come for you. One day I will come for you, so you won't be alone. One day I will come for you. One day
All right. Hope you all have had time to upload some houses. Hope you enjoyed the music. That is Fighting Gravity from back in the day. I don't even know when that came out, the early 2000s or something. Richmond-based band from back in the early 2000s. All right. Let's see what kind of houses y'all got up to. And up we have, let's see, at least 50 people on the stream. It looks like we have only a few houses. Get back out there. I'm going to give y'all one more song's worth. An important thing is you need to actually draw the houses and upload the houses. All right. Get back out there. One more song. Let's do it. This will be a short song or I'll cut it off. Get those uploaded now, now, now.
Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe 3 a.m. I will recall the sound of the little one so quiet as you turn to make your way back home. Everybody wondered, everybody here decided, maybe if the rain had come to wash my face, I'd be okay. But then I heard the fishing bells calling out your name again. I wondered what could be owing to that thought again. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe 5 a.m. the stone will fall and you will see the morning sun so bright as you turn to face the only star. Everybody called out, everybody held together. Maybe if the thought of you would disappear, I'd be okay. But then I heard the mission bells calling out your name again. I wondered what could be owing to that thought again. All I want is a shoulder to lean on me. All I need is a friend. And all I want is for someone to feel like me, 'cause I don't feel like a friend.
All right, great job. We got enough, I think, to talk about now. So here's what we're going to do. Again, this is just to warm up so y'all know how to critique each other's. I'm going to take a look at a few random ones. We're not always going to start at the beginning, so don't, if you get yours in first, especially in upcoming things, don't worry. We're going to just kind of look at some random ones. So I'm going to start. Okay, don't make any comments on these first ones because I'm just going to like show you the type of comments that we might want to make. Like, hey, check out this one. It's very simple. The things I like about it are, this person decided to, go for something very simple, but it's very clear what it is. And, maybe they're not comfortable drawing, like sketching with their hand very much. So they use the tools at hand that they have, like PowerPoint or Paint or whatever. And they very quickly sketched exactly what they were supposed to. So great. Sketches don't always have to be by hand. This one's really cool because it's a little more creative. So that's kind of the things I like about this one. Yep, really creative. I like it. Again, really, it's not about your artistic talent. Everybody knows exactly what this is. Only one window though, so maybe got a little lazy there. Don't do, add your details in. All right, excellent. Again, we get the idea of what's going on here. While we're not worried about your artistic talent, we do care that you try and do your best. So maybe just try and be just a little less sloppy, but still very nice. Let's look through a few more here. This is actually pretty good sketch here. Seems like maybe there could have been a window here, but a really nice sketch. Of course, when you're taking these in the future, take a picture that's closer so we can see the details. Really good. Good. Even has a sidewalk there. Now there's a couple that had things I wanted to show. Here's an interesting one. Again, really good. Somebody that is maybe a little bit better at art, or at least better than me. One thing I like about this one is they've done some details to make it prettier, but they didn't go crazy on the details, right? Um, so the cool thing about it is if you put just a little bit of detail that makes your sketch a little more fun to look at, that can be helpful in getting users to engage with it. So that's actually kind of a good idea for real things. Here's another one I wanted to talk about. So this person is approximately as good as me at drawing. However, and the drawing, meaning the drawings are fine. They're not amazing, but they're fine. But what I really like about it is, hey, these things are labeled, so I know exactly what's going down. Maybe I wouldn't have guessed that. Well, I probably would have guessed what all these things are, but I don't have to guess because they are labeled. Very nice technique. You can definitely use that in prototypes. Label things if it's kind of you're not sure what they are. This one's great. Whoever did this is probably, more of an artist. Really cool. Thank you. Really good because it's simple. It's completely like filled in, nothing left to the imagination. I like it. Couple more. I wanted to, not sure what that is. So that might be something you might want to be clear, maybe label that. Great, very clear. All right, cool. This one went more for like 3D or artistic. You can go for this, absolutely, even in your user prototypes. So just know you can go for a little more if you want to. I'm not an artist, but I think probably if you're going to go for something that's artistic, make sure you know about perspective. I don't know how to draw perspective properly, but I think this is uh, not how you do it. All right, really cool. Obviously, probably did this on a phone or something in their notes, but you get the idea. Maybe try a little harder to be neat, but you get the idea. And a couple more I wanted to discuss. All right, really cool. Here's one where they went a little further. And again, introducing colors can be a great way to make your prototype a little like easier to understand what you have envisioned. So adding color is great. It's a simple drawing, but because there's color, it's even kind of more vibrant. I love it. And very simple and cool. I like this one a lot because it's super clear what it is, but it's also clear that it's not the final thing. That's great. Great work, great work, great work. Y'all did a great job around this. Again, very simple, but very clear. And this is cool because it's like it's really quick sketch. I mean, it looks like they did it quickly, but it's really clear what it is, and it's something more complicated than some of the others. Great work. And don't feel the need to apologize for your art. We're not professional artists, or a lot of us aren't professional artists here. You just need to get the idea across. No big deal. Good, good, good. Nice detail. Great, great, great. Okay, so y'all get the idea. That's the kind of mainly positive things that we're going to be saying. It is okay to critique, but in a constructive way. Like, hey, maybe it'd be a little more neat here, or things like that. All right, so great work. Now that we're warmed up, you guys and gals have the idea of what we're going to be doing. Now we're going to actually design a weather app. Okay, let me put this link in the chat. So if you want to, you can start up. So I want you to design kind of the main page of a weather app, an app that allows you to check the weather. You can decide whether you want to, like, which kind of page of the weather app you want to design, but I just want you to design kind of a single page of a weather app. And this is an app on your phone or iPad or whatever, a tablet or a phone. And again, you just want it to show the weather. And it could show the forecast, like days out in advance, lots of different things. I'm not going to tell you too much, but I just want you to design what you think a weather app could look like, and we're going to do a little bit more concrete. Yep, just one page, and we're going to do a little bit more concrete critique of that after y'all are done. So I'll give you probably 5 to 10 minutes, couple songs worth for sure. Get out there and start designing. When you're done, take a picture and upload it right there.
Working all day and through the night. Scream if you want, I won't put up a fight. My car broke down and so did my head. Don't stop now, I'm gonna be dead. I looked for you 3 times today, but when I touched your hand, you did not want to stay. You said you lost the chain that I gave to you. My tired old words, I guess you'll never do. But all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. And all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. The bottle runs dry and the money runs low. The car in front of me goes too slow. My back is aching and my eyes are sore. It seems that everyone I need is such a bore. All I need is a holiday, some time to get away. Well, all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. I walk alone in the quiet streets. To face the stairs, I can feel their heat. Forget my heart for a little while. Find a drink, catch a smile. Unemployment is close, you see. My dog ran away because he's smarter than me. The radio won't play my favorite song. It seems that everything I do just turns out wrong. All I need is a holiday, some time to get away. Well, all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. Well, all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. Well, all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. Well, all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. Well, all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. Well, all I need is a holiday, some time to get away. All I need is a holiday, some time to get away.
All right, I hope you all have had some time to get started. I wanted to note, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. And once you are done, let me know by hitting that heart icon in Minty, the heart icon in Minty. I'm going to play just a few more songs as y'all continue on, but put your questions in the chat. Heart icon in Minty when you're done. Thank you.
I want to do an O-Pod
right, some of y'all are getting there. Looks like 6 of you have hit the heart on Minty, but it seems like people need a little more time, so we're gonna do at least one more song, and then we're gonna come back and talk about it.
But I am staying. Some people like to run for fun, they'll be in shape but have no knees. Others lay out in the sun, but leather skin and empty knees. Some people like to watch TV, sitting at home in the dark. All the same, it's not for me, 'cause I like to parallel park. Parallel parking, stop the traffic. Parallel parking just make us work. Parallel parking, become an addict. Parallel parking, stay off the curb. Some people like to snow skate and talk about their injuries. There's better things for your face, like cosmetic lobotomies. Some people like the feline species, others dogs that bark. All the same, I don't like this, 'cause I like to parallel park. Parallel parking, create a space. Parallel parking, the shower. Parallel parking, a halt and back face. Parallel parking, free parking power. I guess I was natural, 'cause it came so easily. I dazzled all the instructors down in the DMV. And now I am a career, and I get paid for my favorite sport. Pulling in and out of tight spots, sitting out of traffic court. Ah! Some people like to rock, yeah. Others like to roll. Well, I get my kicks from
Just about 1 minute left. Get them uploaded. Get them uploaded. Whatever you got.
back to another song you say. But now I made my mark. All the same, I must now live and be true to my art. Parallel parking's not a fad. Parallel parking, learn from your dad. Parallel parking, don't use your blinkers. Parallel parking, just get the middle finger. Parallel parking, stop the traffic. Parallel parking, just make them swerve. Parallel parking, become an addict. Parallel parking, stay off the curb.
All right. Hopefully, y'all have had time to get your prototypes uploaded. Let's take a quick look, and we'll start at the bottom today. We're gonna start at different places. All right, check it out. Here we have a app that is telling us the weather. All right. So let's talk about some good and bad things. Let's first try and say one good thing about this app. Y'all are going to learn how to critique other people's apps. Tell me one good thing about this app that you think from just looking at this right here. One good thing. Hit me up in the chat. What is one good thing about this app? In the chat. Very good answers, actually. Very good answers. Excellent, excellent answers. Some I want to highlight as y'all are getting those in. It's not overcomplicated, it's simplistic. That is really cool, and in fact, matches up with some of the principles we're going to be learning later on, but it doesn't try and do too much. It's just doing one thing. The most important thing is right in the middle where you are and what the temperature is. And then we do have some things along the bottom, but it's still just not too complicated. Another thing that some of y'all are pointing out is that it's using familiar iconography. We all know what these icons mean. They're colorful and pretty to look at. Great. In general, this is great work. The only thing I would say, all right, let's try and say one small thing, because there's not much wrong with this actually. One small thing that y'all would like to change about this app. It doesn't have to be improved, but just change. What's one small thing that you might change about this app? Let me know in the chat, of course. Okay, that's an interesting one. The no units, can't tell whether it's Fahrenheit or Celsius. That's an interesting one. To be able to change things, maybe the commas in the forecast. Let's see. And that's interesting. Making the plus button. I'm not sure honestly what the plus button does, but making it more prominent because maybe it does something. Um, and yeah, so I mean, in general, I think this is a good app. The commas are weird. The commas are weird. I think y'all are bringing up. The commas are used in a non-standard way. So that is something that we might want to change. Usually you wouldn't have a x-axis with commas in it. You would just have space between the numbers. So use the convention a little bit more normally. And the only other thing I would mention is that the actual shape of the screen it's like is not the shape of a phone. It's more the shape of an iPad, which is okay. But consider whatever device you're designing for when you design your app and make it the right shape. My phone is more of a rectangular shape, and this is more of like almost a square. Anyway, that's a good one. Great work, whoever that was. We're gonna go. All right, cool. We'll just look at this one for now, and then we're gonna skip around to a few different others. Again, one good thing about this one. Let me know one in the chat. One good thing about this one. I think y'all are a little behind me, so I'm having to wait for a second. All right, and so I'm going to talk about one thing that y'all are talking about, and this app comes across as like very friendly. Did you know that in some UI guidelines or some guidelines of how to make an app for a certain company, they actually have guidelines on the how you should write the text? Because here's what you could imagine. Imagine this app. This app's great in that it's very friendly and welcoming on this page. Like, good morning, today will be cold. So it's just kind of a friendly sounding app. That's written in a certain tone. Imagine though you went to the help page of the same app and somebody that was kind of like angry wrote, the help page and they said, "Why can't you figure this out? You're stupid." Um, that would come across as a really schizophrenic app. So part of the user experience is making it sound like one person wrote all of the text for the app. So you even have to have guidelines on how we make um, how we make text for apps and what kind of tone of voice we use. All right, we're going to look at maybe one or two more. Let's look at, let me see, there's a lot of good ones here. Let's look at a more detailed one, probably that. All right, I'm going to look at this one. All right. Let me know, what do you think about this one? Give me one thing that you like about this one. And put it in the chat, obviously. All right. And y'all are coming across a very important point. Let me reference that one real quick. What is it called? Okay, yeah. Basically, y'all are bringing up a really good point. This app tells us almost everything I personally want to know in one page. And it also uses location to tell us what's important. Like, this is the most important thing. What's today's date and time, which is helpful info, the temperature and the high and low, and whether it's sunny or rainy or whatever. That's absolutely what I want to know first. And that's what the other apps had very prominently. Great. So that's at the top. The most important info is at the top. For me personally, the next most important info is like the few days forecast. I only believe it about 3 or 4 days out, which is exactly what they have here. So the next thing that I would want to know is just below it. And then finally, the third thing, which is probably the third most likely thing I want to do with it, want to know about a weather app, is the current location. Not because I need to know my location, but I may want to change this location to, like, maybe I'm traveling to somewhere, and so I want to kind of like know what it's like there. And so that's also here, and I would assume they would make it so you can change it. Another great thing about this one is it's blocked out, so you know, like, hey, this is a widget, this is a widget, and this is a widget. That makes it easy to implement when you go to implement it. So anyway, I think this one's really nice. Again, we're using familiar iconography, so that's another user design principle. Use iconography that is familiar. And yeah, I have no real complaints about this one. I like it. Excellent. I mean, all of these that we've seen have been really nice. Just very small things to change. Y'all are on a good track. Okay, we're gonna have to move on. Again, this is a resource for y'all to look and think about what you might change or what you like about some of these apps. We all designed an app to do basically the same thing, but you'll see there's a lot of different ways to look at that. All right, we got to move on. Next up, we're going to create an apartment rental app. I want you to focus on the search page, which is like, the page where you search for whatever apartment you want, and it has a list of things, or however you want, or a map, or however you want to deal with that. And then the detail page, as if you've like looked at one of those particular rentals. So a search page or a way to find it page, and then one detail page that shows one particular property. And we're going to upload that to right here. So this is going to be a 2-page drawing. You can just draw it on the same page and upload it. I will give y'all about 2 songs worth. So don't go into too much detail. Just get the basics up there and go ahead and get started.
Once again I found it, a place to lay my head when I need to get some sleep. Once again I hear it, a song that fills the air, keeps me on
and hopefully y'all have had time to get started. Just one more song and then we're gonna come back. So try and start, getting it organized and taking pictures and putting it up. Just about 3 more minutes, then we're gonna come back and talk about it. All right.
Big as the sun on a cloudy day. 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 Mike's moving. How can it happen to me? A doubting Tommy's never to say. But I like listening to a song, but the melody never is too long. Big as the sun on a cloudy day. 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 Life is loud, I say. Life is really loud, I say. Life is extremely loud. Life is loud, so get some earbuds. Big as the sun on a cloudy day. 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 The simple light hard to find, especially when she blows your mind. The brain is at your heart to rot. The only thing that you can say is thank you, Lord. Big as the sun on a cloudy day. Big as the sun on a cloudy day. Big as the sun on
All
a
right, get those
cloudy
uploaded.
day.
We're about to come back. Get them uploaded.
On a cloudy day.
All right. Hopefully, many of y'all have had a chance to upload. You're going to need to finish this regardless because we're going to be doing grade scope in just a minute. Let's look at a few examples. For instance, here's one. The way we're going to do this is I'm just going to rifle through these really quickly and give you some very quick feedback. So let me just start at the beginning, actually. All right. For instance, this is one example. Great, very nice example. I like that they're using conventions. You can see that's going to be an image, but they didn't want to draw an image because that's not that useful in a wireframe. Nice use of conventions. And they have a detail 10 mile away with a picture of it. You may want a few other details either overlaid on the image or right under the image, but in general, this is pretty nice. The only thing that I would worry about is that you can only see a few results on a page. You may want more results on a page, so you may have to make these images smaller somehow. All right. This one, let's see, detail page. I really like because it's like image, some text, although I don't know what that text is. You might want to label that. And then some clear details of things I would want to know. Here we have a short description in the image. Thing I like about this is that it is description and image very concisely. That's nice. I would kind of want to know what you're going to put in the description there. That's what I'd like to know with this. And I don't like the use of a scroll bar in a web app. You want to just have like a Facebook feed where it's just like a infinitely scrolling page, like the whole page except for this top just scrolls. You don't really need a scroll bar at least shown for that, right? Like it's just implicit. That's good, but harder to see, so I'm going to skip it. This is the right idea, but there's no way this could be implemented in the way it is, right? Because it's just results and then a line of text, for results. Like this needs fleshing out what you would actually want to do here. This is pretty clear what you would want to do, but this one, I have no idea what would go on each line here. So lacking details. This looks like they wanted to do results on a map view. So that's cool. That's a different idea, and I like it, especially when you're looking for real estate. Location matters. So cool. I get the idea, even though it's not fully sketched out, and this is good. I like this because it has just the most important details, and you can see that there's more pictures here. So I really kind of like that detail view. This is a search box, and then I believe this is pictures, and you can look at the next picture. And I think this is just showing one result, right? And so as a user, I would not like that because it's very unlikely that the first result is what I'm going to like, and then I'm going to have to somehow go through these results. So whenever you have a search thing, you probably want to have all your results on that page. This one I like, but there's no detail on these apartments. It's just a picture, so that I would like more info on my search. Also, it's not clear how they were searching here, so you probably need a search bar or something. Okay, this is an interesting technique. This is a totally different technique, kind of like a wizard that walks you through searching. In general, I like this a lot because it helps people that aren't super good at the internet do a better job of searching. And so there's definitely a place for this, but you have to think about what type of user you're targeting. If you're targeting college students, they probably know a lot about the internet, so maybe this isn't the right approach. If you're targeting like old people, maybe this is a really good approach, right? Because it walks them through how to find stuff. All right, we're out of time on that. Great job for most of y'all. I like what I'm seeing so far. Now, we are going to be turning in things on Gradescope. And so today we are practicing Gradescope. Everybody go to Gradescope. You should have had an invitation to Gradescope in your email. So you should have had an invitation in your email if you're enrolled in this class. Go to Gradescope. There's an assignment open. It is the apartments assignment. And I want you to upload the picture that you just have on this other page, this apartments page. Just upload that in Gradescope. And that is what you need to do. So go to Gradescope, upload it, and that is it for today. You have survived the first studio day. We're going to spend, on future studio days, we're going to spend more time on giving and receiving feedback because we had to kind of get logistics of studio days working for us. But now I think we're going to be in the groove. So we're going to spend more time on more detailed feedback, and we're going to reference UI principles when we give any bit of feedback. You can't just give random feedback. It has to be referring to UI principles. So anyway, submit to Gradescope. That's it for class today. If you have questions, put them right here in Menti, and I'll hang out for just a minute or two to answer your questions. Otherwise, I will see y'all on Monday. And the first question is, should we upload our weather app sketches too? Nope, just your apartment sketches. Just the apartment sketches, upload those to Gradescope. Somebody said, if you had a critique on our apartment rental design, should we edit them before submitting? No. Today is all about a kind of a pass-fail thing. If you submit a drawing, that's good. If you don't submit a drawing, that's bad. The grading will not be any detailed grading today. This is so you show me you know how to use Gradescope, you're paying attention, and you do something related to apartments. Somebody saying, what is the minimum number of members in our group? The minimum number is 4, unless you have some reason, like there's no other people in the class and we've run out. I assume there might be one group of 3, but the minimum number of people in your group is 4. Somebody's asking, are all of the class activities going to be graded on completion? Absolutely not. They will be graded on quality. So you better start paying attention to the UI principles that we will discuss starting Monday. And you will actually, on certain cases, you will actually give feedback to other people's designs for a grade. So make sure that you understand the principles and how to give feedback to other people in a constructive way. So somebody said, I just got enrolled in the class yesterday. I don't have access to anything in the moment. First of all, why are you so late in enrolling into this class? This is obviously going to be an awesome class. Should have enrolled early. Second of all, don't worry about it. If you weren't enrolled, I won't be holding this grade against you. So we can kind of talk about that later on towards the end of the semester if it is a factor in your grade. Remember, as always, class activities, I usually drop the lowest grade. So if you have 1-0, it's not a big deal. Oops, sorry. Yep, so I just answered that one. Somebody's asking, does the 1,000 downloads include iOS or just Android? Any downloads of any app counts. So if it's on Android or iOS, doesn't matter, it counts. You can count both. Somebody's asking, how do we find groups? Well, I have the link for the spreadsheet where you can sign up. That is in last time's lecture notes. I have linked those from the syllabus. So you can just go to the syllabus and go to last time's lecture and find that spreadsheet. You just sign up there. I would encourage you to communicate with the group on Slack or email or whatever in order to find a group to join. But you can, of course, just put your name in that spreadsheet and then later on figure out how to get in touch with your group. That's okay too. So hopefully that helps. Any more questions, get them in soon because I'm going to be logging off here in just a second. And somebody's asking for the iOS app account, you still need to have, do I need to have the Android version? Yes, you always have to create an Android version of the app because I want to test it on my own personal phone and I only have Android. So you have to create an an Android app, but you can additionally, if you'd like, create an iOS app. Both will count for downloads. Only one will count for me actually using it, testing it, and that's the Android one. All right. Hope you all have a great weekend. See you later.